The clock ticked too loudly. Every sound in the classroom felt sharp. Pencils scratching, chairs squeaking, whispers that never stopped. In the very last row sat Eli Turner, 16, shoulders hunched, trying to disappear behind his notebook. His hair fell across his eyes, hiding the fear there. He wasn't doing math or English. He was writing something else, a song. Every line was scratched, rewritten, torn, and started again. He hummed quietly under his breath, the tune soft and trembling. Music was the one place where words never failed him, because when Eli spoke, his voice betrayed him. He stuttered. Every sentence was a battle. Every word was a hill he climbed alone. He had learned to live in silence. He never raised his hand in class, never ordered lunch aloud. He wrote notes instead, because written words didn't laugh back. It happened during gym, a day like any other. The smell of sweat, the echo of sneakers, the laughter of boys who thought they were gods. Coach Briggs clapped his hands. "All right, everyone, let's get to know each other better. Turner, step up!" Eli froze. The other students turned, already grinning. Coach tossed him a basketball. "Tell us your favorite song lyric, son. Loud enough so the whole class can hear." The gym went silent. Eli's hands trembled around the ball. His throat tightened. He started. Snickers filled the air. One boy, Ryder Blake, the loudest one, cupped his ear. "What's that, Turner? You buffering again?" Laughter exploded. Another kid held up his phone, pretending to record. "We'll put subtitles later." The coach didn't stop them. He just looked away. Eli's heart pounded so hard he thought he might faint. He dropped the ball, its echo bouncing through the gym, and ran. He didn't stop running until he reached the music wing, that quiet, forgotten hallway no one cared about. He pushed open the door to the music room, and there it was, the old piano. Its paint was chipped. 2 keys stuck when pressed. But to Eli it was perfect. He sat down on the worn wooden bench, his fingers shaking. Then slowly he played a note. Just one. The sound filled the emptiness, soft and forgiving. Then another. Then another. Within minutes he wasn't just playing. He was speaking through the keys. Every note carried the words he couldn't say. Every chord was a sentence that never stuttered. He didn't hear the door open. Ms. Riley, the choir teacher, stood there quietly. She didn't interrupt. She listened, really listened. When Eli stopped, she walked closer. "That was beautiful," she said softly. Eli looked down, embarrassed. "I can't talk right," he whispered. "People laugh. But when I play, I can breathe," Ms. Riley smiled gently. "Then don't let them silence you, Eli. Let them hear you, through your music." 2 weeks later, a poster went up on the bulletin board. Haven Ridge High Talent Show. Friday night. Eli saw his name. Slot number 17. He hadn't signed up. Ms. Riley had done it for him. The night came faster than he wanted. His mom sat in the audience, clutching her purse, whispering prayers. Backstage, Eli could barely breathe. His palms were slick, his stomach twisted. He peeked through the curtain and saw them. Ryder Blake and his friends sitting in the 3rd row, smirking. "Phones ready?" The host called. "Next up, Eli Turner." The lights hit his face. The microphone glared like a weapon. His hands trembled as he sat at the piano, silence. Then a snicker from the crowd. He gripped the mic. He began. Laughter again. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath. I wrote this for anyone who's ever been afraid to speak. Then he played. The first note was barely a whisper, a sound fragile enough to break. But then came the melody, slow, haunting, alive. The room fell still. Even the air seemed to listen. Eli's fingers moved with quiet confidence now. The piano spoke what his voice could not, pain, loneliness, hope, and then he sang. The stutter was still there, small, shaky, but his voice was raw, honest, human. Every word that used to wound him now became part of something beautiful. When he hit the last note, he let it linger in the air. Silence followed, a deep aching silence, then applause, louder, louder still. The entire auditorium stood, even Ryder, even the coach. For the first time, Eli wasn't being watched. He was being seen. Ms. Riley wiped away a tear. Eli bowed his head, tears blurring his vision. That night, he went home to his small, quiet room. On his wall was a list titled "Words I Can't Say." He tore it down. in its place. He pinned the sheet of music from his song, wrinkled, smudged with tears, and under it he wrote, in trembling letters, "I may stutter when I speak, but I don't when I dream." By Monday, the video of his performance had gone viral around the school. The same kids who once mocked him now stopped to talk, not out of pity, but out of respect. Ryder approached him once, awkward, unsure. "Hey man, that was brave." Eli smiled, and not out of pride, but peace, because he had already learned something bigger. Strength isn't about being loud. Courage isn't about being perfect. Sometimes it's about saying one word when your voice shakes, or playing one note when your heart feels broken. And sometimes, that one note is enough to change everything. If you've ever been afraid to speak, and remember Eli, because your voice matters, even if it trembles.
Sometimes